evening, ladies and gentlemen. Heel Team 6 Wrestling is proud to present the Bodega Wrestling Podcast. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an episode of the Bodega Wrestling Podcast. I am your co-host, your quintessential Puerto Rican muffin, Jorge, and it's been a while, and I actually took a walk up the woods of North Carolina, and I picked up a guest that I haven't talked to, one of my co-hosts that I haven't seen or spoke to since November. Mr. Larkin, you there?
I am here, Jorge. Hello. It's been 5 months, but we're back. The Bodega.
Holy crap, man. It said I haven't spoken to you since November of 2019.
Hey, man. A lot's been going on since then. I mean, LFC's been taking off. I'm still doing my podcast stuff. But, hey, man, we are back, whether to talk some wrestling. I mean, a lot's been going on. We are quarantined. And, Jorge, yes. This is a good time as any, man.
Yeah, we are definitely quarantined, to everybody out there. Hopefully everyone is safe. Everybody's taking care of themselves, washing their hands 20 seconds or more, wearing their masks, wearing their gloves. This is not a joke anymore, folks. There's over 100,000 people sick. Thousands and thousands of people have perished because of this ugly disease. I mean, there's literally no sports whatsoever to talk about except for wrestling. Thank goodness. So,
exactly. Well, the essential media, that is professional wrestling.
Yes, the essential media, that is. Uncle Vince doing his thing down in Florida. Shout out to Uncle Vince. You may call Uncle Vince. Yeah, man. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's jump into it, man. Like we're just saying, we're talking about Uncle Vince, and then we just had that what people are calling as Black Wednesday, where a whole lot of WWE superstars were given their future endeavors, if that's how you pronounce the word.
Future endeavors, yep.
Endeavors. But a couple of days before that, I want to say like maybe on Monday or Sunday, the tag team of the Revival were the first ones that were let go. So that was a shocker to wake up to that, and reading the Revival were finally released from the contracts. after like what, 2 years?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think they were on the main roster for 2 years, but most of like the early part of their career. What's interesting is Scott Dawson used to team with a guy by the name of Garrett Dillon in NXT. He was actually the son of Chris Christopherson, the singer, the late singer. And then we have, he's teaming with Dash Wilder. Hell of a tag team, former NXT tag team champions, former Raw and SmackDown tag team champions. And now they are on their way out. And I mean, they're a great tag team. For me, they would be an asset wherever they go, but I'm going to say this right now because of the history with Fuck the Revival. I could see them going to AEW. What about you, Jorge?
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing, and, I just thought it was funny, like, how it was almost 2 years that they were trying to, like, leave and trying to get their releases, like, the little things on Twitter, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden they get the Raw Tag Team Championships. And didn't they sign a new contract around that same time? Or am I wrong?
No, what's interesting about that too is, man, I mean, you have a team that was very brainbuster-ish, about no flips, just fists. But when they got signed, like, I remember, like, seeing these guys, and I'm like, I didn't know who they were. So, I mean, they're in NXT in, like, 2014, 2015. So they've been there for, like, 6 years, man.
Okay. So they finally got their releases.
Mm-hmm.
I love the tag team. Like you said, it's an old-fashioned looking tag team. It's all about fist, ground game. You rarely will see any type of high moves on the top ropes. Everything is on the ground. There's like two Arn Andersons in one tag team. Basically, yeah, the Andersons.
The Minnesota stretching crew, Ole and Arn and Tully. And that's the thing. And ever since they're released now, Jorge, they are under new names. We have Cash Wheeler, who was the former Dash Wilder, and Dax Harwood, who was Scott Dawson.
Do they have a name yet or no?
I think they're going by FTR. Instead of Fuck the Revival, they would be For the Revival.
Okay, Jesus. All right. So, yeah. So then 2 days later on Wednesday, we have what everybody's calling Black Wednesday, which also on Holy Week at that, because Friday was Good Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody had lost their minds on Twitter and every social media aspect. I mean, basically, they went crazy on the releases. They released referees, writers, people in the back, and then they went crazy and released like 117 wrestlers that day. Kurt Angle, Drake Maverick, which we know as Little Spud,
Rockstar Spud,
Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Heath Slater, and all his 8 kids were released. Eric Young, Rowan, with his big ass spider.
Yes.
Sarah Logan, who just got beat on Monday night.
Man.
By
Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, Space broke her elbow, and then she got released the next day. I'm like, okay, well, that's at least hopefully she'll get some insurance or workers' comp for that. No Way Jose, Mike Chioda, which was one of the referee, right? Mike Chioda.
Senior referee Mike Chioda.
The Canellises, Mike and Maria, EC3, Aiden English, Leo Rush, and the Colones, Primo and Epico Colon. And then I want to say a day later, Tamira Conti.
Yep.
From NXT. I know she was the Brazilian wrestler, and a bunch of other guys that I've never heard of from China, notable from China and stuff like that. But let's go through these names if you will.
Yes, sir.
Kurt Angle, what was he doing for the last year?
Well, after his match with Baron Corbin and he retired, he's mostly been doing a lot of producer work. I think he was an agent, producer, helping people lay out the matches and just doing a lot of behind the scenes work. For Kurt Angle, yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, if I could be honest with Kurt Angle, I don't see him going back and wrestling on the indies. I mean, if they needed a producer, he could do stuff with AEW or Impact. But right now, I could just see Kurt Angle kind of retiring. I really don't want to see Kurt Angle get back in there, man. Do some signings, whatever. But yeah, I don't think.
Definitely, if he does signings, he'll definitely make some money.
Oh, absolutely, and that's why I'm just like, as long as he's not wrestling, Jorge, I'm happy.
Yeah. Drake Maverick, what was he doing the last year? Running around with the 24/7 independent intercontinental TV title.
He was the 24/7 champion and the former general manager of 205 Live. So yeah, Drake
and
Maverick.
He was trying to get laid by his wife by winning the title. That was his pitch for a whole year that he was doing. Zack Ryder, Carl Hawkins, they weren't doing anything either. Well, except Carl Hawkins was just kind of getting his foot there with the Messiah there. So I'm kind of surprised about that.
Well, that's the thing with Kurt Hawkins. I mean, he's a guy that owns Creative Pro Wrestling out on Long Island, Jorge. So, I mean, there's no indie shows going because of this damn quarantine. So right now, I think he'll just do indies after this whole thing is done.
But the whole thing is with Kurt Hawkins, I was surprised with him. But I guess when AOP or one of the guys went down, I think the writing was on the wall that he was going to be next. Then you have Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, which I was surprised too, because they were just in a WrestleMania match or in the back helping AJ
with the Undertaker.
With the Undertaker, so I was kind of surprised about that.
They're going back to Japan, you know that, man. I'm thinking either Japan or AEW for them.
Oh, for sure. My God, there's a one-way ticket to Japan all day. Heath Slater, we haven't seen him on TV in a year, so he wasn't doing anything. Eric Young, my God, this guy has been one of the most wasted talent in WWE from NXT to the main roster and SmackDown with Sanity. And once they took the girl out, it was just whatever.
I will say this. When they were in NXT and they were the former tag team champions, I enjoyed it. But ever since he got called up to the main roster, it just went south. So, yeah, I wasn't surprised to see Eric Young go.
Rowan surprised me because he was getting a push as being a heel monster.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised about that.
Well, we know Brody Lee's in AEW, so we may see a reunion there.
Exactly, as one of the new guys there. What's the name of that crew?
The Dark Order.
The Dark Order. So that would be kind of cool if he shows up there as one of the disciples or whatever. Sarah Logan, You know, once they broke up the Karaya squad, she was kind of like, eh.
The thing with Sarah Logan too is what's interesting is like she's the former Crazy Mary Dobson from Ring of Honor, so I could see her maybe go back to Ring of Honor.
Yeah. No Way Jose, all he did was just dance in every episode.
Yes.
And then if he wrestled, he will get his ass whooped.
Yep.
That was it. The Canalisis.
Oh man.
I mean, Jesus, this dude's been asking for his release for how many years now?
For like months upon months, but that didn't shock me. And I think he's another one of those guys because he's friends with Cody and the whole nine. So I'm going to say this right now. If not AEW, I could see him going back to Ring of Honor with Matt Taven and the whole nine.
Exactly, and doing the Kingdom again.
Yep.
After the Kingdom just broke up and that dude did his own thing now. That'd be kind of cool if he brings them back.
Yep.
You know, the Kingdom again, the original ones. Leo Rush, I actually liked.
Me too.
But
I'm going to say
he
this.
get in trouble there for a little while there.
Well, he's a former cruiserweight champion. He did his thing, former cruiserweight champion. For him, I'm going to say this. I wanted to ask you because, I mean, X Division, man, he'd be great for Impact's X Division.
Yeah. Well, either that or he'll go back to Ring of Honor.
That's another thing.
That's where his money was.
Yeah, the prospect tournament. That's right.
Aiden English, all he did was, one half of the Vaudevillains or whatever you pronounce that word.
Yeah, the Vaudevillains.
Yeah. And then he became a singer for Rusev.
Here's the thing.
That's all he did.
So he was,
and he's married with Eddie Guerrero's daughter.
Yes, he's married to Shaw Guerrero. That's right. The thing with Aiden English, man, like he's former NXT Tag Team Champion, the Rusev Day stuff. Simon Grimm, I believe, is in ROH. So if he goes to ROH, man, reunite the Vaudevillains.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Maybe on a different name, maybe hopefully. Then you got the Colons. Primo and Epico, and everybody knows those are the sons of Carlito Colon, so most likely they'll be heading back to Puerto Rico.
WWC.
Wrestle there full time, down there with his father.
Yep.
And I saved the last one, because the last one, like I said, next to Eric Young, he's been one of the biggest disappointments in wrestling for the last 3 years. EC3.
Now,
once he went to the main roster. And he had that one match against Dean Ambrose when Dean Ambrose was going out the door.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Either Vince didn't say, something, I don't like him, bury him or something, because then after that, he just got buried.
Yeah, so what's interesting about EC3 is when he got called up to the main roster too soon. Like, he was having great matches with Velveteen Dream and NXT. We saw him, like you mentioned, Jorge, going against Dean Ambrose. He gets the surprise win, and then I guess main roster's like, no, like you mentioned, Vince is like, I don't see anything. And then he just kept jobbing. He went from Raw to main event. He was a former 24/7 champion, but then again, who wasn't? And now a lot of people are seeing the videos of him reinventing himself, and everybody's like, oh my God, where is this EC3? He looks great. Now I'm going to ask you, does he come home to Impact or does he go to AEW, Jorge?
Come home to Impact. I will love later on, in the future, because right now I'm pretty sure everybody has a 90-day non-compete clause, which is in the middle of July. So whenever this craziness goes back to normal and stuff is not taped or whatever happens, him, Eric Young, could come back home to Impact Wrestling, do some kind of invasion type deal thing, how somebody else, I'm bringing, this guys who used to be here, they have my back, make a phone call, and boom, Eric Young, EC3, who knows, I don't even know what happened to Samoa Joe.
He's injured.
Okay, so, and then one name who's not here, which I'm kind of surprised, Bobby Roode.
Yeah, they didn't get Bobby Roode.
And I haven't seen him in a long time. Like when he was teaming with Ziggler and Barry Corbin, and they were doing that thing with the Usos, and then the dog food thing, fight thing, and whatever. And then Ziggler goes off to fight with Mandy Rose for her love and Otis. Which, by the way, I love that whole thing.
Dude, I love that too. It's the comment where it gets the girl. Yes. But yeah, Bobby. Me too. Bobby Roode, man, got suspended. Then he comes back. They do the thing with him and Roman Reigns. But yeah, no, we haven't seen Bobby Roode in a while.
And I figure, okay, he's going to be suspended and nothing yet.
Nothing.
All right, so now let's get to the serious thing here.
Mhm.
Black Wednesday.
Yep.
What do you think about Black Wednesday? What are
I
your thoughts?
I'll be honest with you. It's a horrible time.
So I want you to be honest.
Oh, bro, I gotta say this, Jorge. It's a terrible time for people to just get, fired because of what's going on with the quarantine and the pandemic. I was just like, these poor wrestlers are losing their jobs and they're doing pay cuts now. Vince is on the conference call, and I'm just like, this is such bad timing. I hated it, Jorge.
Okay. Now here's my thing.
Go ahead.
Here's my rant. I just took a gulp of water to clear my throat.
Let me clear my throat.
So here's my thing, and some people might agree with it, some people might not agree with this. First and foremost, no one saw this coming. This pandemic, this virus, this thing is crazy. It's just destroying careers, is destroying the whole world as a whole. No one saw this coming. But like I always say, and you hear me say the same thing, people heard me say this before. Wrestling is a business. When this pandemic happened and it started, 2 weeks after it started, I'm thinking to myself, you know something? This is going to get worse. And if it gets worse, people are going to get let go. And I was telling this to my brother. And he goes like, why? Because they're losing money. There's no money coming in. There's no fans, which means if there's no fans in the stands, there's no gate money. So nobody's getting paid for that night. There's no gate money and no fans. There's no merchandise being sold. So no one knows who's buying what. Everything that's buying now or is coming off the shelf is from websites. So not from the actual place. With that being said, wrestling is a business. No one should be upset with what Uncle Vince did. It's part of the business. The Rockets owner, Houston Rockets owner, Mr. Fertitta, Tillman Fertitta, owns casinos, restaurants, bunch of stuff in Houston. When this started, he laid off over 50,000 employees. And people went crazy on that man. Oh, you heartless, blah, 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 blah. No. And they finally interviewed him, and he said, I did that because I knew this was going to last longer than anybody thought it was going to last. And two, I did it so they could go and get unemployment, set up the stuff early. And everybody knows that if you get unemployment, it's a process. It takes weeks, months before you get checks. Now, 7 weeks in, now they're getting some kind of money for those employees. People need to understand, yes, the WWE has money. But to have money, you have to make money on a constant basis. Everybody who we just read on that list of people that were released weren't doing anything. They were either already on their last months of their contracts or they just resigned a new contract like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. They had just resigned. So they have a grace period, at least of 90 to 120 days that they can nullify the contract. And that's what happened with those guys. All the guys, they're just sitting home wasting time. The Canellises released me. They got released. Other people are just running around holding Rob Gronkowski jumping from the stage at WrestleMania so he could win the 24/7 title. That was the WrestleMania moment right there for all those guys that caught him flying over.
Yep.
That's their WrestleMania moment. This is a business, and to make money, you need to make money, or you're gonna lose money. McMahon knows that. He did the difficult thing that had to be done, and it's not the most popular decision that has ever happened, but it's the right decision because now, 90 days from now, when this happened, this pandemic is still going on. No one knows when this is gonna stop. It was supposed to stop. Oh, we're gonna open everything in the middle of April. The schools are gonna open. Then they say it was going to be the end of April. Then they pushed it to May 15th. Okay? Who knows what's going to happen when May 15th or when May starts? What's going to happen? A lot of I don't know in your city, Larkin, but a lot of stuff here. Festivals already being canceled. The Puerto Rican festival, who's not till August, it's already been canceled. A lot of festivals here have already done a cancel. Concerts are being canceled. Stuff is being made for next year because no one knows how long this is gonna last. So no one knows what's gonna happen in July when these contracts are up.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that. Here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, they have the Alabama Theater. They have all those theaters where a lot of shows and the House of Blues. A lot of those concerts have been getting canceled.
Okay, so no one knows how long this is gonna last for, and then we'll move to the next step now, and we see a lot of companies are doing tape shows now. WWE is the only one
that's doing live
shows. But they also now are going to start doing tape shows now, starting, I want to say, next week. They even put out a calendar of what they're going to do live and what's going to be taped. So starting tomorrow, they're going to do a live show and then tape a Tuesday, Monday Night Raw for the following Monday. So they're going to do like one week live and then 1 week taped. They're going to do that now for Raw, SmackDown, and for 205 Live. Or now 205 taped. So that's they're gonna do that now. Yeah. So now Impact Wrestling did the same thing last week. They went to Atlanta, Georgia, and they did 2 days or 3 days of monster tapings where they went and, like you mentioned, Rebellion, which was supposed to be the pay-per-view coming up down in New York, and now it's gonna be a 2-night special. Which is awesome because now it's going to be 2 hours of wrestling. Unfortunately, we'll have commercials, but you'll have 2 weeks of main event matches on TV for free. Awesome. Same thing with AEW. They went back. They jumped ahead and said, "Yo, we don't know how long this is going to last. Let's do some tapings." Everything we're seeing now is taped. That Jake Hager versus Moxley, that was taped like 2-3 weeks ago. So the TNT champion is already taped. So they got stuff taped till then, and then the pay-per-view they're gonna do that they're still gonna have.
Yeah, double or
nothing. Yeah, and I'm kind of shocked that they're actually still selling that for profit, which I'm kind of like, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll change it, or hopefully they'll do it cheaper, because right now it's like in the 40s.
Yeah, it was like $40 or $50, Jorge.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll go like $19 or something. MLW right now is the only show that has any fans in their shows because now they just hit their Mexico tapings that they did in Mexico last month. So they're good for another month from now. And unfortunately you have Ring of Honor who got stuck in the midst of that and had to cancel their pay-per-view and any taping. So all they've been doing is just a lot of the ROH club member shows, showing free matches. Yeah, doing free matches on YouTube and stuff like that. Poor NWA. They scrapped everything they had to tape. Why? I have no idea. They could have kept going with whatever they already had taped up to the pay-per-view and then do something different. But they decided, let's take our ball and go home, because there's nothing else for us to do. I think the only wrestling that has fans is down in Japan, Noah Wrestling.
Yep.
They just had tournament, the GHC Super Junior weight. Yeah. And they had Wagner Jr. and Rene Dupree Jr. were the first Gaijins that won the tag team titles.
Did you see Renee's tweet, by the way? He said, to quote the late, great Howard Finkel, and Noah GHC tag champions. I love it.
Yeah, so they won the tournament, and then the following night they won the tag teams. So I think they're the only ones that have any fans doing stuff there. That are doing something with some kind of live fans that's still going and everything else. But other than that, there's nothing live going on except for the Raw. So yes, people do not like what Vince McMahon did, but it is the right thing, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more names that are going to be getting cut. Pretty much, they kept anybody who they're using right now on TV.
Correct. Well, also when you were talking about the NXT talents, like what's interesting is when you have people like Tanara Conti and like Tino Sabatelli and those people that they let go. I'll be honest with you, Jorge. A lot of the people that they let go from the NXT roster were their house show wrestlers.
Okay. And what happened to the house shows?
There's no NXT house shows right now.
Exactly. Oh yeah, Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo, who was on Raw not too long ago against Nia Jax and doing some NXT work and involved in the NXT Women's team. They got rid of Deonna.
So you mean to tell me you get rid of Deonna, who has multitude of talent, but you keep Chelsea Green?
Well, okay, hold on. Some people. Wait, hold on, Jorge. Hold on. Some people.
And then you drop her boyfriend or fiance, future husband, Zack Ryder. But you keep Chelsea Green.
They dropped Zack Ryder and they kept Chelsea Green, yes. But a lot of people could also say with Aaliyah, like you keep Aaliyah who hasn't done nothing, but you get rid of Deonna Purrazzo.
But you keep Chelsea Green.
I know you're gonna
Deonna Purrazzo. Are you crapping me right now?
Hey,
that is the biggest load of crap. I was like, wow, that's a slap in the face for Deonna. I would have said, you know something, Chelsea, me and you are not friends anymore.
Well, okay. Well,
I don't want to be friends with you.
Hold on, bro. If you look at the TV, man, they're pushing her and Robert Stone, the Robert Stone brand, Robbie E.
I know that, but damn, dude, Deonna Purrazzo got caught over Chelsea Green.
I hear you.
And then Rusev, I guess Rusev got caught too, right?
Rusev got caught, but they kept Lana.
Yeah, because she's still in the storyline with Bobby, which looks like it's going to end pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, there's the thing with Rusev. I got to say about him, I'm going to say AEW bound, or what do you think?
I believe so too, AEW. I think so too. You know, a lot of people keep saying all their other companies, but people got to understand, a lot of these companies, like I mentioned, are not making any money. So,
that's true.
You know, and kudos to Ring of Honor, because they are still paying their talents and still paying their backstage people and people that set up the ring are still getting paid their full stuff till June. And then, you know, whatever happens in June. But people forget Ring of Honor is owned by Sinclair Broadcasting. And, you know, that's a giant company that needs to make money. And they were just in the midst of starting the Chicago Cubs station before this stuff happened, where there's no more sports. So something is going to happen with some of these companies, or even Anthem, that are going to go, okay, how long is this going to take? Where are we going to be paying these guys and we're not making any money? It's time for us to sell. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just throwing it out there because it might happen. You know, those two companies, you know, Sinclair with Ring of Honor, Anthem with Impact Wrestling, you know, to make money has to be coming in. How can you sit there and say, okay, well, we're not having any money, but we're still going to pay everybody? That's nearly impossible. Even the NBA, just with the NBA Players Association, are taking 25% of all players cut.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's tough. But as far as from the wrestling side of things, when you were mentioning Ring of Honor, I know New Japan's also doing it now. I know Harold May's been paying the talent.
Yeah. So, but those two, you know, smaller companies, this is the reason why Billy Corgan stopped doing stuff with NWA, because, I mean, he has money, but he ain't that rich.
Yep.
You know, to make shows to go live, it's still going to cost you camera time and doing stuff, you know, taping. And I'm pretty sure they'll figure something out by, you know, May, June, I'm hoping. And hopefully by May 15th, you know, the world reopens and we could go back to some kind of, you know, everyday activity. I don't know about you, but I've been home for going on 7 weeks now.
Hey, man, as someone who can work from home, it's a plus, so I don't have really to worry about that. And my dad does too, but I told you before this, I've been traveling with my dad for stores and stuff. But that's the thing. I mean, some people can still drive, and as opposed to flying, like I said, fuck flying. I'm not getting on a plane. But, yeah, you know, we all make our ways. But, I mean, it sucks. It's tough. It's really one of the worst times in America's history, just period, dude.
Oh, especially in our lifetime.
Yeah.
our life. I mean, especially you. You were 27. I don't think you've ever seen anything like this in your 27 years of life.
Bro, 28 now, man. Happy birthday.
Oh yes. Happy belated birthday, brother. Yes, last week, right?
Yeah, man, last week. That's the thing, because we're fucking, and excuse my language, but fuck, it's like we're 28. I'm like, I've never seen anything like this. Like, normally I just go to work, do what have you, but no, now friggin' we can't go anywhere. Everybody's wearing the face mask, and then you see people protesting now that they want to be liberated, and I'm like, stay the fuck home.
How can you be liberated when you're not even incarcerated?
That's
I don't understand that. When you get incarcerated and people are telling you to stay home for weeks at a time, and then you're like, I can't take it anymore, I'm gonna break free.
Break free.
Then you're liberated. You're free. There's no liberation to be done. You're free.
Thing.
You can do what the hell you want to do. You can go outside if you want to, but you're gonna put yourself in danger and everybody else in danger. All I know is this: I'm turning Asian when all this is done. And what I mean by that is, when you see movies and you see stuff from Asia, Japan, China, that kind of stuff, and you see them walking around with those masks on, and you wonder, like, why do they keep wearing those masks on for all the time when nothing's going on? I don't want to be like them. No. You're going to see me walking around here in August, September with a mask on and gloves on. You're going to be like, what the hell's wrong with Jorge? I'm ready for the next virus to come up. I'm prepared.
Yeah, people stay off the beaches, because the people in Florida are nuts, because all the beaches are open, so everybody's on the beach.
I saw that. That was crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, but it's people are getting released. People don't know what's going to happen. People now are going back to pro wrestling T-shirts or whatever that place is called.
Tees, baby.
To sell the T-shirts, and I heard a thing. I don't know if it's true. Sigler was buying T-shirts from people that were getting released. Like, he was buying like 15 shirts per person.
Yes.
I don't know if it's true or not, but then they said that he didn't know that his name was gonna pop up, so he was doing it, trying to do it like anonymously. But I guess people found out that he was actually buying, like spending $10-20 per shirt or whatever, yes, and buying like 15 shirts per talent just to help out. I'm like, good Lord, now that's helping out people.
It is.
That is being proactive.
Positively proactive.
Yes, proactive. And the thing is, thanks to the coronavirus, or like we actually call Rona, there are no spoilers. We actually are watching wrestling, and we don't know what's going on.
Yep.
So, things that are taped that you would have found, oh, okay, so this happened. Oh, this happened. I might skip the show tonight. No, now you actually have to watch those shows because you don't know what's going to happen. So that's a lovely thing. And come July, middle of July, or whenever the 9-day non-compete clause ends, you're going to see this levy of new talent just popping up.
Yep.
And you're going to be having a check mark out of next to every WWE release performer. Also, that's where he went to. Also, that's where she went to. Oh, that's cool. Oh, awesome. And then you're going to see where everybody's going to go, and you're going to see this flux of just new wrestlers popping up out of nowhere. And here we're going to go, thank you, Vince McMahon, for doing that.
Yep. Snap, crackle, pop. Show up where you want, man. Ain't going to stop. Yep.
So that's how the things are. I don't know. Do you have anything else to talk about, Mr. Larkin there?
I do, even though through these tough times, and I know we're a lot of uncertainty where people are going to go releases, Black Wednesday, what have you. Jorge, we do have a show coming up this coming week, and that is none other than the first night of Rebellion 2020. But did you hear the news that came out of this Rebellion, sir?
I did not. What was that?
Tessa Blanchard had missed the taping. She did not go to the taping, so I think it's going to be hold off. Tessa Blanchard, Michael Elgin, and Eddie Edwards for the world title. No world title match.
What you mean? Oh, hold up. Okay, that's news to me. Why did she not show up?
I think she lives in California, if I remember correctly now. So she's like, F that. So she decided not to go to come to the tapings, which likely means, and this came out from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, that the world title match with her, Michael Elgin, and Eddie Edwards is off for the time being. And we don't even know about the other highlighted match, which is supposed to be the main event of night one, that being Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock, because Sami Callihan went on record to say that he wouldn't wrestle until the pandemic's over. So that match is still listed, but we don't even know if it's going to happen.
No, Sami Callihan, I remember that. And Sami Callihan mentioned that like on Twitter or something like the first week this started, right?
Yep. Yes, he did.
I remember. Okay, so things might have changed. But I didn't know that this is definitely news to me about Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, she said she's not going to come. So after that, she missed the tapings, resulting in no Impact World Title match. So that match is up in the air.
Now, did they mention stripping something or doing something with the title? Or
I haven't heard anything. All I know is the Wrestling Newsletter Observer, they came out with that whole thing talking about Tessa did not show up to the tapings because she didn't want to travel. So, yeah, I think they're holding off the world title. Or, I don't know. Like I said, everything is so uncertain right now, man.
So, I guess, so now we're definitely going to have to watch the following week, or even this week, they might say something this Tuesday. Wow, see, even myself, I get shocked.
Yes, and that's the thing,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, the only match they announced that's going to be on night two, from what I saw, is that X Division Fatal 4-Way with the Ultimate Finesser, Chris Bay, Suicide, Trey Miguel, and Rohit Raju.
Okay.
And to run down the card, I mean, you got Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. You got Jordan Grace versus Taya Valkyrie in a Full Metal Mayhem match for the Impact Knockouts Championship. You have the debuting on her first pay-per-view / special, Kylie Ray versus Kiera Hogan. Ace Austin versus Willie Mack for the X Division Championship. And OVE versus, well, who knows if it's going to be a 6-man now, but OVE versus Tommy Dreamer and Rhino and supposedly TBA, a mystery partner.
So basically Sabu or
Raven, Sandman, yeah, one of those.
One of those ECW rejects.
Yeah.
See, this is another thing why I can't wait till July, where the contracts are up, and get new blood into Impact, so you can maybe start weeding some of these guys out.
Well,
like those ECW rejects, start weeding them out.
All right. Well,
like Tommy Dreamer, stay in the back.
Yes.
Rhino, okay, if you're gonna wrestle. But Sabu, Sabu, Sandman, anybody else who just stay away. Just go. Get out of here.
I get it from the veteran perspective, Jorge, and I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like you got Tommy Dreamer works in the back, and it's just like, I'm tired of seeing the old ECW originals.
I'm tired. That's what I'm saying. It's going to reject. And what the hell is up with OVE? Those guys haven't won a match in over a year.
Dude, they've been jobbing from Tessa Blanchard to Rhino to Dreamer to everybody. They keep losing.
That's what I'm saying. What happened?
I don't know.
Did they get hated? Did something happen in the back and they just got buried? I mean, a doghouse? Because I know they resigned with the company last year.
Yep.
But I thought it was going to be for better, not for worse.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are losing everything, every single match, tag team, 3-ways.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what it is, they lose everything.
Everything. They lose everything.
Everything. Now, to tell you about losing everything, I love that Triple X or Triple X large team.
Oh, AC Romero and Larry D.
Yes. I love those guys. I love those guys. I love that. I mean, the tag team scene looks good in Impact right now. And even though the Rascals even lose too a lot lately too.
Yes, the Rascals. You got the Daisy Hit Squad. You got, like you mentioned, Triple XL. You got TJP and Falaba, the Filipino connection.
And they've been winning a lot, which I've been surprised.
Yeah, and obviously you got the North as the tag team champions. But yeah, the tag team champions.
Those guys are never good. The only way they're gonna lose that title if who's the short guy with the black hair?
Oh, All Ego Ethan Page. If
he turns on John Alexander and they break up, that'll be the only way they'll lose those tag team titles.
They're good, man. They are really good.
I don't see those guys losing that title to any tag team that's there now.
No.
Period. Unless it's a 3-way or 4-way and that'll get pinned, that'll be the only way. But any tag team, maybe the two Oi.
Reno Scum.
maybe to them. Maybe if Reno Scum looks like they did before and not in a jokey way, just go out there and kick ass like
Agreed.
they used to.
And then when you look at the female side of things, what do you think about? So Kylie Ray goes from AEW, and then you're like, okay, maybe she's taking a break from wrestling. Then she signs with Impact Wrestling. What do you think about the addition of Kylie Ray to the Knockouts?
Oh, love it. Love it. I love it. I love her being there. I can't wait to go to a live show just so I can take a picture with her. I love her. I love her whole attitude, her whole persona thing. I love that. And it's time because some things were kind of boring already. And also, I'm sorry, but Tessa Blanchard being the champion, I'm done. I'm over that already.
Well, hold on. And just for the record here, Mr. Jorge Luis Martinez Jr., it's not because she's a woman. I think you're just tired of the Cinderella story and you think it should be over.
Yeah, no, not because she's a woman. No.
Okay, just to clarify there, Mr. Jorge.
Yeah, I'm just tired of that already. Maybe, I'm just tired of it. If it was Lucha Underground,
yes,
fine with it. But I think if Impact wants to be taken seriously, the championship or the champion has to be somebody who is a champion that can carry the company. I don't see Tessa Blanchard as being the champion that can carry the company.
Now, you mentioned Lucha Underground, and it's funny because when they put the belt on Sexy Star during that season, she only held it for like a couple of weeks, and it was quick. It was a quick run. Then she lost it back to Johnny Mundo. But yeah, with this, it's just like, okay, we get it. She's beating Sammy, and now she's going after everybody. She's now doing the thing with Eddie and Michael Elgin. But I'm just like, okay, but I think that Cinderella. Here's the thing: how I see it with if the match was going to happen, my immediate thoughts were going to be, okay, something happens and there's an exchange. She winds up pinning Eddie Edwards, and then Michael Elgin goes, whoa, you didn't pin me, and then there's the Slammiversary match, right? But the thing is, too, to keep in mind, Rebellion, that was Michael Elgin's debut last year when he attacked Brian Cage, and then he lost at Slammiversary. So, I mean, if this was going to happen, I was going to say they were going to put the title on Elgin. I think we're about that time where we got to put the belt on Elgin.
Or even if she doesn't get pinned,
yeah,
you
give
Eddie
it to
Edwards. Yeah, Eddie Edwards gets pinned by
Michael Elgin.
by Elgin, and she loses the belt. She gets a rematch later on, and Elgin still retains. I'm fine with that, but I'm just saying, I don't know, man. I just don't buy it anymore that she can beat a Rhino or she can beat a Michael Elgin or she could beat the monster from OVE.
Oh, Madman Fulton, yeah.
You come on, man. Like in reality, like 10 out of 10 times, you said out of 10 times, Jorge or Michael Elgin, how many times do you think Tessa Blanchard can beat Madman Fulton in a real fight?
0.
0 out of 10. Realistically, in a scripted show, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yes. Lucha Underground, 10 out of 10.
Real life, 0.
It will never happen.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing, because then you see her doing that. Then you see Taya Valkyrie in the Impact Knockouts Championship division with Jordan Grace. And I'm going to say it. I've been loving that feud. And now we got Full Metal Mayhem. Like, Taya makes the Knockouts division for me. I love Taya Valkyrie's character.
I love Taya Valkyrie. And Jordan Grace. I believe Jordan Grace could be a better champion than Tessa Blanchard.
They're going that route, man.
Even Taya could be a better champion as the men's heavyweight champion or the champion of Impact Wrestling. But if Impact wants to be taken seriously, they need to have a male champion. Mm-hmm. No one is going to get behind 2020. Yes, I understand equality, everything is changing. Okay, so it's like that now. All right, let's have a guy go after who's the women's champion now in Impact?
Jordan Grace.
Okay, so let's have a guy go after her title. Whatever we're going to say. And then the guy wins. So now the guy is the women's champion now.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to go this route, and I love her as a talent, but I mean AEW's women's champion. Hello.
Huh?
I was saying, look at AEW women's champion, because you're talking about a guy and Nyla Rose. So, yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, 2020, we can't say that stuff.
I know.
Here's
correct. Well, as far as that, and I'll just address that really quickly. When you look at that, like for me, I understand because as someone who has seen from, being from New York, they do a lot of events like A Matter of Pride, and you get to see a lot of gay wrestlers, which is fine. I don't discriminate, but yeah, it's a topic of discussion.
Hey, I love Sonny Kiss.
Sonny Kiss that's the thing. People don't realize how athletic Sonny Kiss is. He's awesome.
I love Sonny Kiss. I would love to see Sonny Kiss turn heel and probably stop some of those antics that he does where he presses around too much and shit and become serious and turn heel. That dude will become a champion.
He's good.
That guy, I would love to put a belt and brand him. Okay, he's homosexual, he's gay, whatever.
Who cares?
Right? No, but what I'm saying, I will brand him on that. This is a man. He will kick your ass. But it's like he takes too much time in the ring to prance around and do stuff, and then he gets his ass kicked. But if he stays focused, he could beat everybody's ass because this dude does moves that I haven't seen other people do. Because he's so damn athletic, he's that damn good. I will build a campaign around Sonny Kiss.
Sonny Kiss, we covered for you, bro. Come on, man.
I will build a whole campaign around Sonny Kiss, and if you gotta push it and be cheesy, like the first gay heavyweight champion or something like that, whatever. How things are nowadays, just to kind of get publicity or whatever. But I will build this guy to be. There's no other person than this guy. What he could do in the ring, few can maybe touch. Maybe Chris Bay.
Oh God!
Could do
that dude.
Those moves.
That's the thing. I love Chris Bay. Chris Bay. Chris Bay.
I call him Chris Bay on Twitter.
Chris Bay from Future Stars of Wrestling. I mean, here's the thing. He was one of the hottest free agents. AEW wanted him. He's been wrestling on Ring of Honor, 205 Live, Impact. Yeah, now they finally got him, and he's doing the damn thing.
That dude was on 3 different shows on one night. Ring of Honor, EW, and Impact. I'm like, God damn, he's doing something on 3 different shows in the same week.
And they did, and then he decided, I'm going to side with Impact, and here we are, Future X Division champion.
Yeah, Chris Bay.
What about your boy?
Chris Bay can probably touch Sonny Kiss when it comes to ring talent like that.
What about
that's not a lot.
What about your boy, man, Trey Miguel, aka Trey Songz?
After that little tirade he had a couple of months ago.
What in the fuck was that? I'm gonna just say this. I know he's young, but really friggin' talking about the old people and like friggin' they're the ones and they're the friggin' what the hell's that term everybody's been calling them? The boomers? And it's like Jesus.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then when he went to call that dude gay on Twitter or whatever, he was acting with. I was like, oh, now I see why that white girl number 6 dumped him.
Hey, I love white girl number 6. You stop that.
I cannot stand that girl.
The girl did nothing to you. Stop it, Jorge.
I do not like that chick.
I'm gonna say
by the way, the chick's name is Alicia Atut.
Alicia Atut. All right, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna Birdman you, Jorge. Put some respect on her name, bro.
Oh God, I do not like that girl at all. Every time I see her or I hear her talk, I cringe. I even took a picture with her and I cringed during the picture.
Bro.
And the reason why, because she was sitting right next to me. We were playing bingo for that one time that they had the VIP thing for Impact, and she sat right there, and I'm like, oh damn it. And I just tried to ignore her the whole time, and I'm like, you know something? She's trying to talk to me. I'm like, just be nice with that girl.
Yeah, be nice. Be nice. She's a young.
Whatever. Never liked her.
Well, bro, you get to see her on MLW, so you stop it. She's on MLW.
Yeah, that's why I knew her every time I see her.
Oh, you're horrible. Anyway, X Division Championship. Yeah. Ace Austin and Willie Mack. Return of the Mack. What do you think about Willie Mack getting up in there for the X Division Championship?
I do not like this.
Go ahead.
I don't like it. I see Willie Mack as more of a tag team with
Rich Swann.
With
Rich Swann.
Yes, thank you. With Swann. More than going after Ace Austin. I love Ace Austin. he might lose the title, but I hope not.
I'm going to say no. The only reason why I say no is because Reno Scum beat up Swan, and I think when Swan comes back from injury, he's going to take it off Ace Austin.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, so that's yeah. Plus, I don't know. It's like Mac looks weird to me. Like he's like my heavy, and he's doing flips. I just can't see him doing all that stuff and being
doing the standing moonsault. Yeah, the moonsault, the six.
I didn't think he could do all this stuff, and he's bigger than me. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about him I don't like that much about
Chocolate
Matt.
Thunder, Jorge. Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah. Oh, who's the North going up against? Do they have a tag team?
I don't even know. Well, I think they're stuck in Canada. They're stuck in Canada.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they would have had a tag team like a 4-way or something like that with all those guys.
Well, looking at the tapings, I think they were thinking maybe I'm thinking North against Falaban TJP. Well, who knows?
Well, I didn't know they were stuck in Canada. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, maybe they might not be able to make those tapings because they're from Canada, but who the hell knows? But yeah, that's the card. And the only, like we mentioned, the Bay, Suicide, Trey Miguel, Rohit Raju. I think the other thing I can ask you is, I mean, we saw WrestleMania and we saw how they presented that for the 2 days at the Performance Center with, Drew McIntyre winning, Braun Strowman beating Goldberg, the Boneyard, the Firefly Funhouse. I got to say, well, 2 things here. Number 1, it was not bad. And number 2, what did you think about the overall presentation that they had to do in an empty Performance Center?
I loved it because Uncle Vince gave us something to look forward to for those 2 days. A lot of fans were not happy that it happened. Maybe I would have loved it if they would have waited till later on in the year and did it, live with people. But I give it up to Uncle Vince because he gave us something that we needed to watch, even if it wasn't all that. Because it was not all that. WrestleMania was not all that. The 2-day thing. There was a lot of weird stuff going on. That whole Bray Wyatt, John Cena thing. I saw that. I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell is this nonsense? Like, I didn't know. It looked like a match like that one time from last year from Bound for Glory from New York, where they had Rosemary go save Kiera's soul down there in hell, and everybody thought, is this a match or what the hell's going on here? That's the same thing that I was thinking. Okay, is this a match? What the hell's going on here? The thing with Eight Styles and Undertaker, I didn't like that either. It was just, I don't know. It was just too much for me. It was all over the place.
Well, I understood the Bray Wyatt Cena thing as well, and I get you with Styles and Taker, but I understood how going through John Cena's career and rewriting history, so to speak. But I think the only thing for me, the only WrestleMania complaint I'll have is it was great to see McIntyre win, but number 1, unfortunately, not a lot of he could do it in front of the people, so that was kind of a downer. And another one in front of the people, Edge, dude, Edge got that win, but that match was friggin' 36 minutes, too effing long.
And it was horrible. It wasn't that great either.
Oh.
And then people complaining. Somebody said that it was disrespectful because he was hanging in with something and looked like
and everybody.
Like people got this much time to really think about stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, as soon as somebody said it, I'm like, oh, but yeah, I didn't think that when they were doing the spot.
I never thought about that one time at all, bro. That never happened. But yes, the match was long. But how much karma is this that Uncle Vince, for everything that he does that people hate, this was karma hitting him back in the ass for how much he wants the fans to love Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Because Roman Reigns was supposed to be there to wrestle against Goldberg. He was going to win the belt. People were going to probably boo him anyways. And somebody showed up sick from what I read or from what I heard. The Miz showed up sick. And he said, I'm not going to wrestle. So now everything switched. All the plans got thrown around. Braun Strowman takes his spot. Braun Strowman now gets the title win. Only for Bray Wyatt to come in and take the belt back that he just lost to Goldberg.
Probably. That's probably.
So that's the karma kicking Uncle Vince for trying the fans to love Roman Reigns so damn bad, because this should have been Roman Reigns' big moment of WrestleMania, and once again, his WrestleMania moment was ruined. And who knows when you'll see Roman Reigns back because of his leukemia with the COVID. And once the ban is lifted, who knows? Dude, I'm not gonna come out. I'm still gonna wear a mask with gloves. I'm not going out there till I know 2 months from now when the ban is up, and I know I'm gonna be taking air samples and do my own type of testing just to make sure that it's clean for me to come out of the house. 2 months after everything is done.
Bro, so, I got face mask galore, so I'm right there with you.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the good moment was Otis winning and getting Mandy Rose. But how crappy it's gotta be for his tag team partner.
Poor Tucker didn't even get on the show.
That you go from almost getting your WrestleMania moment and you that close to things changing, and now you get your ass kicked a couple of days before the show on Friday, and then WrestleMania happens Saturday and Sunday, and you can be part of getting your WrestleMania moment because you were just an afterthought of the storyline. Yeah. So now I see him turning on Otis.
Yeah, that's what that is.
You took my WrestleMania moment following this blonde bimbo. Oh my God! Talk about blonde bimbo, Sonya Deville.
Oh, okay. I know why you're clapping. You love that promo. You loved heel Sonya.
Kudos on that promo. That girl had me hook, line, and sinker when she says, "You're the biggest." I was, I did not see that coming. Dude, I did not see that coming.
Bro, I love her. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Sonya Deville, former MMA fighter, she could go. Let her go, damn it.
I did not see that coming. Whoo, what a promo.
It was great. Now, if you actually let Sonya Deville go, that'd be great. Because, again, she's not a bad wrestler. And I told you, the MMA background. Let her and Mandy just go. Whew.
That promo
loved it.
Was crazy.
Loved it.
Came out of nowhere, and I was like, whoa, I almost chucked on my potato chips. I was like, what the hell just happened?
Go, Sonya.
Like, what?
Whew. Now, Mr. Jorge.
Sonya Deville just... Oh, and then, a thumbs down to that idiot from the Patriots for winning the 24/7 European television cruiserweight title.
Put Rob Gronkowski now as the title, yes.
He still has the belt?
Yeah, I think so.
God.
Or no, it might be Mojo might have it now. I think maybe Mojo does. I don't care. I didn't follow it.
I don't even remember anymore, to be honest with you. I thought that was just the dumbest shit. And they, try to do the Darby Allin dive from the top.
Oh, the coffin drop, bro. The coffin drop.
I was like, he's trying to do Darby Allin. I'm like, are you shitting me? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? He just did the Darby Allin coffin drop there over here.
But I think either
talking about Darby Allin changing the gauge. TNT Championship. Who do you think is going to be the champion?
Oh, great question. All right, so right now
I'm going with Darby.
You know what it is? With the way that they've been building it, I think it's going to come down to Cody and Lance Hoyt wins.
Really?
Yeah.
That early for Lance, though, to have a title?
I see it, but you know what it is, too? Because they're pushing him to the moon. And you got Jake the Snake Roberts backing you up, man.
Oh, man. Dude. Whoever picked that baby up deserves a raise after this. Because Jake is one of the greatest manipulators when it comes to doing promos. To give Lance a mouthpiece, he's perfect.
Agreed. I think for me, the only thing on AEW that I wasn't a fan of, and I'm going to say this, dude, because they were hyping it the entire night, I was not a fan of Moxley and Hager.
The match?
Yeah.
Huh. What you didn't like about it?
It was just, it kind of dragged on a little. Like, I was watching both, right? So I watched NXT first, and I was going back and forth. Like, Timothy Thatcher and Matt Riddle against the Undisputed Era I enjoyed. But, yeah, it was just dragging. It was kind of You know what I'm saying? It was okay. It didn't necessarily blow me away. And also with NXT, the news coming out there, TikTok, Killer Cross has made his debut against Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes. Well, I was going to ask you, do you know by any chance on the brackets, are Darby and Cody Rhodes in the same side bracket or opposite?
They're in the same side bracket because I believe the other match will Lance Hoyt beat Cole Cabana, so he's going to fight the winner of Dustin Rhodes and Kip Sabian.
Nobody cares about that one.
And Darby Allin's fighting Sammy Guevara, so Cody's going to fight either Darby or Sammy Guevara.
Okay, so he's going to fight Cody. Darby's going to fight Cody.
Yep.
And then you're right. If Cody wins, then Cody is going to go against Lance. But if Darby wins Cody, because you saw Cody, he hit him 2 weeks ago, I think Darby should get the title.
All right. I mean, that's
I don't know if you heard about the not allowing any wrestlers from New York to be on the tapings.
I heard that.
That's why you don't see Santana or Ortiz there.
I saw, bro, the bubbly bunch. Santana and Ortiz stuffed animals.
Dude, they don't want them. They don't want nobody from New York there. And the taping that they just did, I was like, damn, that's messed up. Like, and the thing is, New York City is basically the coronavirus heaven.
It's
right
coronavirus heaven.
So it's like if there's a million sickness in the United States, 900,000 people are from New York.
Don't badmouth New York.
Hey man, even Chef, I be writing on Facebook. He gets mad. He gets upset every time I said, dude, I put videos of how crappy, disgusting this city is. And he's just like, oh man, stop badmouthing my city. Yeah, you ain't in your damn city, man.
Don't badmouth my city.
20, 30 years ago. Give me a break.
Okay. Now, last two things that I had to ask you about, because we covered a lot of wrestling in today's show. All right. One, the last thing, your TNA thing. Number one, what did you think about the TNA original show that featured Hernandez, Chase Stevens, Kid Cash and Johnny Swinger, Rhino Madman Fulton, Scott Steiner beating up Joey Ryan? And what did you think about the Undead Realm with James Mitchell being killed off and going to heaven with the Kittens and Abyss and the whole nine? What did you think about that?
I loved. That segment I loved. The TNA show I never cared for since day one. You know, the virus destroyed that. Thank you, virus. But yeah, I didn't care for that. Only part that I liked about that show was the ending where there was the big brawl at the end.
Yep.
All the TNA guys and stuff. That was the only part of the show that I liked.
All right, but yeah, here's the thing with the Undead Realm and the Wasteland thing. Like the ended already. Yes. Yeah, it's been like 2 years of this thing already, man. Yeah, and that's the thing. Well, it all culminates with James Mitchell going to heaven, which is like his almost perfect personal hell. And then who booked this shit?
I don't know, man. Somebody was being lazy there.
Ugh. But yeah, that was the week, man. That was all the wrestling talk.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, that we're back. We will be catching up and doing things like this again on a regular basis, so we will not be waiting 5 months like we just did from the last take to the last take. So we might be here again next week to go over Rebellion, or 2 weeks from now to go over everything. But me, myself, and Mr. Larkin will be back. We're here. We're going to be doing a lot of things. A lot of things are good. Mr. Larkin, plug all your 27 different outlets that you have there, sir.
You guys can check me out at SM Show 1 or MCL92 on the Twitter machine, StephenMikeShow.com, SoundCloud.com/MCLarkin92. You can check me out on WrestlingWithWrestling.com with Andre Corbeil. You can check me out on Lingerie Fighting Championships, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, official LFC podcast. Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the 3 key elements that make women the work of art that they are. We're already 48 episodes in and more to come, and now I'm back with my boy Jorge here on the Bodega Wrestling Podcast, doing my thing on Max Wrestling Podcast. I'm the podcast machine. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere, and it's a pleasure to be back with you, Mr. Jorge.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to finally find you there in the woods of Carolina.
Thank you, brother.
I was hiking. I thought it was Snowfoot or Bigfoot, and it was you.
Yeah.
I said, Larkin, I found you. Oh, my God. Yeah, but we're back. Follow us on Bodega Wrestling on Twitter. hit the subscribe button on Bodega Wrestling on YouTube. This video is going to go up soon. We're going to be back at once a week or at once every 2 weeks. We're going to have interviews. We're going to have a lot of things going on. So we're definitely back. Expect a lot of changes with new things coming up, new videos, new intros, new music. You got to do it good for 2020. But, you know, I call myself the Puerto Rican muffin. After this virus and quarantine, I'm beginning to like a muffin. So just gaining pounds and weight by the seconds there. But, you know, guys, thank you for listening. And if you listen to us, thank you. Hit the subscribe button. Be safe. Please be safe. Wear your gloves. Wear your masks. Clean the environment. Do not throw them gloves and masks outside on the ground. That's just nasty. That's going to make shit worse. If you get it back, put the old stuff in there. And if you have to go out the house, do it once a week. You know, just do what you got to do. But keep your family safe. Keep your enemies outside. Keep everything clean. Keep it to yourself. Stay with yourself. You know, keep you minding your own business. And watch wrestling like we do.
Yep. Watch wrestling. Stay safe, guys. We'll be back in the next edition of the Bodega Wrestling Podcast. Have a great night, guys.